in blood debt.
Cool.
Can I just tell you guys about this cool little ad that's in this little newspaper?
Oh my god. Yes.
Please do.
False teeth. We pay high as $10 for full
Yeah.
sets, any condition. We buy crowns, bridges, gold, platinum, silver.
Hell yeah, dude.
Also, another one that's also here is fortune told by card, runes, or any other method. If you can prognosticate my own demise, I shall pay you handsomely. No cranks.
No cranks.
No cranks.
That's good shit, dude.
Yeah, this is a very cool purchase. Hello everybody.
You paid for that?
Yes. Oh hell yeah! That looks like. Could you imagine if that was free? And all the work that was put into that? Hell
All 20
no.
pages?
All the plot points. That go
All the
with it.
plot points that went with it. Of course, it's paid for.
It's fun. It's cute.
It's very cool.
It's for when Jesse does that Call of Cthulhu one shot next Friday.
Yeah, when I do, yeah. Anyway, hey everybody, it is that time again. That time being specifically the time when friends gather together, roll some virtual dice,
Friends.
and tell some stories.
Want to see who looked the most shocked by that.
There was no Taylor to like be completely slack-jawed at that.
Cause you know
Yeah.
what Taylor would do, like,
Bitch.
Yeah. Yes, he would.
Yeah.
Taylor's not here to defend himself, so let's be nice.
We love you, Taylor.
We're playing a game. You may have noticed that normally during this time we'd be playing a different game. We're not playing that game. And normally when you see the words The Immortal Odyssey, you'd be seeing a different type of game. We are still playing Scion 2nd Edition, but we are playing the new has not yet been released game called Mask of Mythos, which is a Scion game with your Lovecraftian flair. We're just getting a whole bunch of alerts right now, one after the other, which is super cool. Oh, cool. I've never seen a hype train before. Anyway, it's...
Quick, I need bits.
Quick, send us all the bits.
So what that means is we're going to be playing around with this system, or we have been playing around with the system, but we're going to be playing around with the campaign-specific Mask of Mythos. It's the start of several short stories that we will be kind of engaging in, playing around with the Kickstarter games that Onyx Path has released. We're starting with Mythos. We will go to Dragons, and then we will be going to Demigods. We'll still be running our regular Immortal Odyssey game. That is still happening every other Friday, but we're just kind of peppering in some spice here and there. So because this is a Lovecraftian game, this is a Cthulhu game, there are a couple of things that I want to talk about before we get started. First of all, we're going to be doing horror. And horror comes with some baggage, specifically baggage involving fears, nightmares, all sorts of psychological horror, so we can look forward to gaslighting. There may or may not be some body horror, because some of these creatures are terrifying, and they do terrifying things to the body and the mind. So with that in mind, we have safety tools. All right, safety tools exist for us to stay safe and keep playing things super fun. The girl bosses were the eldritch beings we met along the way. Yes, there's only one girl boss amongst the Mythos pantheon, and we know who she is. Strahd? Yeah. There are safety tools, and what I would encourage everybody to be aware of is that they are available to you. If there's things that are getting a little bit spicy, maybe in a not so great way, in a painful way, please let me know by giving me some colors like, hey, red, let's not touch this. Yellow, we're slow down and we'll kind of reevaluate. Or if nothing's wrong, great. I want you guys to use the chat room function that is available in the Zoom meet. So that way, if you want to say something that's bothering you, I'll be able to see it. And you won't have to worry about anybody sort of like the chat seeing or anything like that. We'll just do something simple as, hey guys, we're going to go on a short break and kind of come back together, reassess, and come back over. My months of digital teaching has set me up for this. Yes, and I see the taco. So yes, my situational awareness has increased just a little bit thanks to teaching students. Now we're going to die. No, you're not.
Those
You're
tacos.
not gonna die. No one had a.
I actually had Mediterranean today, so we're fine.
Yeah, so no death tacos today. We'll be fine. This is also our
I had
first.
chimichangas earlier.
It's not a taco.
Julian thinks I'm gonna die for some reason. I don't know why.
No, he's talking about it in real life.
We all have fun here. What this game is going to be kind of a little bit tighter than our normal games. Not to say that we're not going to have the typical Jekyll and Hare flair of role play and shenanigans and cracking jokes like we oft do. But this is going to be a rather tight game because we're only going to be playing about 5 episodes. Okay? So the story's going to come fast and dirty and quick. I have all of my notes written in my cute little GM book right here. Because this is how I've been writing everything. So it's kind of fun. It's cute. My handwriting has gotten worse over the years, so I'm wondering if I'll be able to read what I wrote post writing it. But yes, so a couple things about this game that the players know, but you guys don't, who are listening, is that this is a 1920s era game. So we are post World War I in the nice roaring 20s where you got flappers, you got suffrage, and you have lots of money and parties. Also, prohibition is a thing too. So those are all factors that play into our game here. We are in Arkham, which is in Lovecraft country, straight up along the Miskatonic River. And that is where we will be. I would like for everybody to kind of introduce themselves briefly along with the character that they're going to be playing. Not too much. We don't want to spoil too much. We want to get a little bit in the gameplay, but it'll keep us going. And after you introduce yourself and your character, you can let me know what you are looking forward to most in this Lovecraftian game of Scion. Okay? So, I'm gonna look at my my layout here, and I see that I have Andromeda to my left, my right. I don't know what that is. I don't know my directions. So go ahead and introduce yourself, Andromeda, and your character.
Hi, I am Andromeda. She, her for me, and she, her for Charlie, the girl boss I'll be playing today. She is a female news reporter in this 1920s setting, so that's going to be fun. We'll see how that goes. I don't know why Julian thinks I'm going to die. I'm not.
It's just because of what profession your character is.
Also, your stats.
Jay Gatsby dies at the end.
So does William.
No.
I don't know
Who
if
the
you.
fuck is William?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's just some asshole.
I don't know if you guys looked in our Discord chat, but or in our voice chat, but I definitely did screenshot Charlie's skills, and they are very, very specialized.
No, they've changed since then. They've changed because you made me go back and change
They're
them
still
'cause I
very
did it wrong.
specialized. They're still very specialized based on what they were before. So, what are you looking forward to?
Not dying and adding to the tension pool with my fun relic. Let's go.
Yeah, that's why we're all gonna die. It's because of your fun relic.
At least mine's useful and I can use it.
I wasn't here during their character creation, and now I fear a lot.
Oh, it's something very mundane that can be used every time.
Is it a pair of gloves? Because I got a lot of mileage out of those.
Gizmo tried to
motherfuckers.
make a pair of gloves. Giz tried to make gloves.
Something like this?
I didn't try. I did it, right?
Yeah,
You
they
did?
exist. Yeah, they exist.
Okay. I was
Giz
gonna
has
say I
gloves.
don't remember.
They do
Giz has
exist.
gloves.
Giz does have gloves.
They do exist. I'm talking about fucking Silas and Little Busters.
Yeah.
Who I could use my gloves for literally every role and no one could stop me.
It's sort of like how I have my religious icon. Yeah, I pray.
That's
Yes.
that's kind of.
I wasn't
Hopefully.
even thinking about that.
Let's go over to the person who's currently dreading right now, Gizmo.
Okay.
Who are you? Who are you playing? And what are you looking forward to?
Hi, I'm Gizmo. I am gonna be playing Blitz, a little Russian street rat child. We still never decided how old they are. It's probably fine.
It's ambiguous.
It's ambiguous.
You know what it is they're played by like a 34-year-old on the CW, so you really couldn't fucking know what the hell's going on.
No, it's that old lady who played Moaning Myrtle in Harry Potter.
Old lady. She's not that old.
I don't know. She was way older than however old Moaning
She's
Myrtle
got a
was. supposed
silly
to be.
voice, but she's not old. Anyway, yes, Gizmo, you're playing Moaning Myrtle, is what I gathered. From
No,
you.
no.
What's happening?
You're playing Blitz, yeah? It's been a while, hasn't it?
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
I'm ready.
What are you looking forward to most?
Not getting hazed, I guess. God.
Not getting hazed at the table? Everybody?
Yeah.
If you were getting hazed, you would have been first.
This is true.
I
Nice
actually
job.
thought about that. I was like, I'm not going to pick Gizmo first because that'd be too much in the first day.
First day. Yeah. Let's see. I'm really excited to introduce my puppy.
Oh yes, your puppy.
My puppy.
I hope everybody enjoys the puppy too. Does the puppy have a name?
Copper.
Copper. All right.
Like the baby from
Fox and the Hound.
Fox and the Hound.
Okay. Just keep that in mind, guys.
Yeah, I forgot you could do cool shit in this game. Whoops.
Have a dog? Yes. Let's go over to Michael, please.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Michael. They, them. I am playing Detective Flint Vickers. He, him. Who is a he's a hard-boiled detective with an interesting past.
With a shell.
With a bone to pick, and a chip on his shoulder, and probably a drinking problem. You know, he's very archetypical, I'll say.
Drinking
I am
problem during the Prohibition. I'm so sorry. You must be drinking like wood chips.
Are you serious? Cops are the only ones who could get booze during the Prohibition. Isn't it convenient that they're the ones who get to take it from everybody else?
Oh, spicy.
But I am looking forward to hopefully dying by the end of this.
Not this episode, but like the whole thing.
Yeah, the end of
I'm
the
glad
arc.
that
Yeah.
that's all of our goals is to
yes.
I
die.
want to die in the first 20 minutes.
And I'm excited for my relic, which is not a relic. It's a gun. It's a 4-dot gun. It doesn't do anything fun. It's just a gun.
It's a gun that does gun things.
Like
It's just a
Barbie
gun.
I mean,
I built it specifically so that it doesn't really do anything out of the ordinary. It's just a gun.
Is it named gun?
It's just a gun. He doesn't name his gun. It's a service
Bill
revolver.
Cipher has a gun.
No.
What's great about when you have a birthright or a relic in Scion and you are an origin level character pre-visitation is that you really don't know what you have in your hands, and the fun part is when you get visited and the reality just hits you as some of our players realized when we
You fucking bonky with power.
when they got visited in our regular game.
Yep.
Let's go over to Julian.
Hi, I'm Julian, and this is Kodo. Kodo's not in the game, though. She's just very upset that a cat's sitting in her bed right now. But hey, I will be playing Sir William Seifer, who is a rich philanthropist.
Stop, sir.
Yeah, sir.
Is he British?
I'm guarantee you, I could probably convince you that he's a
That he's
knight.
knighted.
That he's
Wow.
knighted.
The gaslighting starts early.
He's a rich philanthropist, entrepreneur, all around charming young lad, permanent bachelor. Yeah. I think what I am looking for.
Not in my headcanon.
He's oh, how can I put this? He's looking to, just focus on himself right now. Wait a little while before getting into anything else.
You're saying he's a confirmed bachelor.
Confirmed bachelor, yes, absolutely.
Winky.
I think what I am looking forward to is that, oddly enough, I'm really looking forward to having like the House on the Haunted Hill vibes, like seeing what's in each room and like what crazy things are in each room.
Like that hotel in Courage the Cowardly Dog.
There's so, like, just before we started too,
Michael, no.
when there was a few of us in here, like everybody was saying, oh yeah, it's like this, it's like that, it's like this. I'm like, it's so classic that there's so many things that you could refer back to of what we're actually going to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
So you're looking forward to exploring the mansion.
Yeah, and I'm also really excited to turn the parlor into my opium den. Because I don't think that there's an opium den in the house that we're going to be in. And
Both of you to fucking assume that you're getting the house?
I mean, I could probably afford it. But, well, that's a problem for future me. Anyway, Bar.
Make an opium den in your own house.
It is Var's turn.
Well, when you buy the house and the Great Depression strikes and you're inevitably forced to sell it, have fun. I'm playing Monroe artist. He, him for that. I'm she, her, whatever. He is a therapist who will also inevitably might be affected by the Great Depression.
The Great Depression is really just, getting through the day.
Yeah.
Stop.
Too real? Too much?
Kudo's like staring into our souls right now.
Kudo is looking very cute there.
Staring straight at the camera.
Like, right at the camera. It's really strange.
It looks like she wants you to bring her solo and the Wookiee.
What is
I know, because she looks like a fucking hut. I say it all the time. Especially when she's like this. Like, she just has that hut face. We need to play a Star Wars game for the people who like Star Wars. There's not a lot of us.
We need to play a Star Wars game for the people
Julian
who don't like
runs
Star
it.
Wars.
Yeah, I'll run it. How about that?
You gotta do the voices.
Yeah, they're all British.
Jar Jar Binks.
No, you have to play one of them now, Michael.
Yeah, I'm
You
gonna
have to
speak
talk
entirely in
like
an alien language. I'm gonna make one of you, the rest of you, my interpreter.
Yeah, so you're gonna be the Han Solo to like the Chewbacca.
But like the person who's translating actually has no idea what you're talking about either. Like they're just bullshitting it. Like it's improv.
That would be really funny, actually.
Oh, that would definitely have to be something that planned ahead of time. But that sounds fun. Who knows what is waiting us? We'll see how we feel about the end of this game, and we'll continue along the path of playing shorter games just to amongst us, so we can play more different systems and things of that nature. We gotta get through.
Did you just say Among Us?
I did.
Airship dropped. Let's go.
Among Us.
Do you see?
Among Us RPG.
Technically, there's a little Among Us dude. I see him in the new Immortal Odyssey logo. Do you see him too?
No, that's Bill Cipher.
It could be both.
No, that is a little crewmate.
It's a little
Is
sus.
it his back?
That
Is
little
it his
guy.
back? And that's like his little backpack?
He's a
What are you
little
fucking talking about?
He's a little sus. Anyway,
It's his backpack.
with that in mind, what we're gonna do is we're going to start, obviously, but we're going to start with each character in an individual pocket scene that kind of helps us understand them a little bit better, and you know, something fun along those lines. Now, I could ask for a volunteer. I could volunteer you to go. Is there somebody who would like to go first?
Start with the detective.
This feels exactly like it is. This is a very good, accurate representation of what it's like in my classroom.
I mean, if we start with the detective, we can get the nice noir feel as we dive into this mystery.
Right.
Didn't prepare a monologue.
I don't know why we're throwing Michael under the bus, but
Because aesthetics would be fun.
Victor's is the main character.
It's more like 1, 2, 3,
Exactly.
like nose goes, and everybody's just like,
it's like, she walked into my office. It was a warm day. I knew
Actually,
she brought
it
trouble
is-
behind her.
It was a warm day.
It is actually March 5th, 1928.
Oh.
It was a warm day, March 19th, 1928.
No,
That
You're
girl
our
walked
Lord.
into my office, the smell of cigarette smoke coming off her skin, and I knew she was
Off of her skin.
Off-
Somebody just ashed on her.
Off of her skin.
It was you.
I don't know. I haven't watched Roger Rabbit in a hot second.
By the way, you guys have 5 momentum, just so you know, for
Got it
answering
all in one scene.
for answering my questions and stuff like that. When we return next time, you'll get momentum for giving me a recap. Okay. But that 5 momentum is what we'll have for now. And remember, every time you fail a roll, you gain momentum. And if you spend more than half within a session or within a single scene, you get experience points. So, Michael, I guess, are you okay with starting?
I am fine. I am just finishing up cross-promoting the stream, so sorry. Let me
Oh,
just,
it's okay. We're kind of you know, being
La.
we're being cool with it. So you are a local detective in
Yes.
Arkham. How long have you been in Arkham?
Probably, let's say the better part of a decade.
Okay. And I forgot if we said if you were a private detective or a
Now, yes.
now a private detective. Got it.
Kind of sound like Royce there for a second. I got scared.
Royce is here.
This is gonna be how it's. This is how he started in Blood Debt too, with an interview with Royce.
Yeah.
No. I'm not going to do that to you.
No, I'm kidding.
I won't bring Royce in this game. Absolutely not. This is a totally different type
She's
of
the
game.
one that died already, so like.
Thank God.
But what kind of detective work do you often find yourself doing?
Most of the time nowadays, it's a lot of snoop jobs. It's a lot of suspicious wives looking for information on their dallying husbands. Every once in a while, I might be brought in by the local police force to, because Arkham's a small town.
Arkham is a town of 46,000.
Yeah, compared to Chicago, it's nothing, which is where he's from. So maybe he comes in to consult on probably, honestly, liquor busts.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
I was gonna say probably you get called by the local police a lot because you are very, very well known. After all, I mean, that huge liquor
People
bust.
talking about me behind my back.
You are
That
huge.
huge guy.
That
yeah.
huge guy that solved that huge liquor bust in Chicago, arrested about 12 guys. Everybody talks about it because, well, mostly because of the fact that what happened after. as you sit and think about your family and how they're not with us anymore. Most people say it was retaliation for the good work that you did, the good police work that you did. And perhaps, I don't know, just speculating, that the good work that you've done is kind of tainted a little bit. Maybe you can't do good work in Chicago anymore. After all, everything that tied you there, outside of the fame, it's not enough. So you moved from Chicago to Arkham, which is in Massachusetts, everybody, just remember, right? Along the Miskatonic River. To have a new life. And you figure if I set my own hours, maybe things will be okay. And that's been a good living for a while, for the past decade. It all ties back to Savage Falls. Shut up! Just imagining like all of the Savage Falls things I can throw in here and no one will get it except for 3 people. And perhaps during one of your investigations, your private investigations, you got a hold of the local police. They found out that you're this great detective. And they ask you occasionally, contract work here and there. Somebody as big and as intimidating as you are could really get some good answers out of some folk that may be doing unsavory things. In fact, you're here right now at the police station. You're talking to a man called Lieutenant Prosper. And he has brought you here because he thinks he has a rat. Somebody that is going to be able to tell them where the local speakeasy is at in Arkham. And he was hoping that you, with all of your detective prowess, could perhaps figure it out.
So, where do you suspect something like this might be squirreled away?
Lieutenant Prosper says, sorry, I have to write things down as I'm doing it too, because I don't want to forget names. He says, we're pretty sure that it's located over near the docks. They get their liquor from down south, go up along the coast, drop it off here, deliver it. We just don't know which ships, and we don't know what docks.
And you think this is important enough to go guns blazing?
Well, we don't.
Not just a bunch of dock workers trying to have a day off.
Well, our goal is to find out where this stock is going to. Because not only is it going, it's illegally getting brought here, but it's also being illegally served. If we can get one of those, if we can find out where it's going, or if we can find out where it's being dropped off, we can cut the supply line.
Just like that.
That's the idea.
You think that stopping one shipment to one speakeasy is going to shut this cartel down, if that's what you think's going on?
Once you get one, you can find the rest.
That ain't always been my experience. How much for the job?
He will offer you basically what your going rate is, which is in 1920s funny inflation money.
$2.
It's in funny inflation money. After all, did you see that newspaper? The stove was only what, 30 bucks?
$4.
$4?
It's like $3.
So, funny 1920s money. But you can always ask for more if you'd like. After all, he is asking you for your time.
I'll do it for $50. What do you think I'm asking for?
For the whole case or just this interrogation?
Up front. And 50 when the job is done.
That is a big ask, my dude.
Is that what he says?
No.
We're suddenly in the 80s.
That is a big ask, my guy. I would like for you to roll for me a check, the first one of the fucking night.
Okay.
You're gonna need to convince this person of not only of the quality you are as a man and a police officer and an investigator and a detective, but also to part away with that's a lot of money.
$263 today.
That's nothing. That's nothing.
50 to 263.
Oh no, 100. I'm sorry.
Well,
50 when
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the 50 is just 263, so multiply that times 2. Like 500.
Yeah. So are we looking
Well, like we said,
persuasion?
yeah. So everything in again the game is that you are providing me with a skill pool. We're going to determine whether or not that skill pool is accurate to what we need to do, and you can argue to me why you should be able to use something. You know, because these skills are kind of very broad. There's not a lot, so they have a lot of broadness to them. That's why we got to talk about it. Now, granted, if you use a physical stat plus your persuasion, you're going to be using your threatening size probably to persuade this to happen. If you use your social skills with persuasion, then you're going to be using your wonderful personality. And then if you use your mental stats plus persuasion, you're basically you're convincing him by using just straight up facts. Like, if this is this big of a deal, then this shouldn't matter. This price shouldn't matter. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it really depends on, the arena that you'd like to use and your approach.
Okay. I think I'm going to go for resolve persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
So a mental and then a persuasion. I'm not going to get my enhancement on persuasion because he's got a specialization in interrogation.
Yeah.
But the reasoning being pretty much exactly what you said. Like, if this is that important that you're going to bring a fucking retiree in or a semi-retired dipshit from another city, you think it's more important than you're letting on.
Sure. So let's roll it and let's see what we got going on here. So you can use the roll there. 4 successes. I will say that yes, you can convince him, but this is the last job he's going to offer you.
Ooh. He will simply say, in the way of convincing, look, if you think this is going to be as big as it's going to be, and you know the risks involved in that, and you're not stupid, you know my history. You know I don't take big risks anymore. So if you want this done, and you want it done right, 50 now, and 50 when it's done. And then you can see just how quick cutting off the head don't grow more back.
I'll talk to Wendy. She'll cut you your check. Get in there.
Cash.
We'll make it happen.
Good.
So,
And prosper.
yeah.
Don't. Never mind. Just have it ready.
I think Jesse's note taking is what's making me more anxious.
Me too.
More than anything else.
Fucked over this guy. He's gonna come back and bite him in the ass.
You guys are assuming a lot.
I'm not assuming anything. I'm vibing.
Okay.
Jesse's just doing his Korean homework.
So, you're going to get $50 cash.
Up front.
Up front. So,
and he's also assuming when he says when it is done, he's assuming he's also, once he gets the information, going to go shut the fucking place down.
Sure. No problem.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to find the best way to kind of explain this. So when you go to this interrogation space, and obviously this is a different time period, there's no cameras, or shit like that. You can do fun stuff. I say fun stuff, but need I remind you, ACAB. This room is has
What are you talking about? They don't have cameras now.
There's no windows, there's no way to kind of peer into the room, there's just the door.
Are you saying that this room has no windows and no doors?
It has one door.
No way.
Never mind.
Find a way out.
And when you go in, there's the single table, the chair with the perp, the dude sitting right there, right? And another chair right in front. You've already been given the information sort of like to kind of work off of, like there's a ship coming from the south, delivering illicit goods to a specific dock that you don't know of, and it's being delivered from that dock to a presumed speakeasy that's in Arkham that you don't know where it is. So you can find out two different pieces of information from this dude, who, by the way, when he looks up at you, he smiles really big. And he's got a lot of teeth. Like, that's the first thing you think when he smiles at you. It's like, boy's got some chompers.
He will move forward and sit down. Is the guy still smiling?
Yeah.
He just kind of like, haphazardly chucks the file on the table, whatever stupid case file is happening here. And he will say, so you must be the one taking out all those ads to buy dentures.
That's so good, Michael.
Business is good, I assume.
He says, nah. I just brush my teeth a lot.
Calcium and all that.
Do love me some milk.
Does body good.
What's this guy's name?
He goes by Chompers.
Great. And who do we assume, who is he suspected of being? Like what's his connection?
He is a gopher, so he schleps. He's a schlepper.
Gotcha.
But if you want his like real name, if you want like a real name for him,
sure.
Instead of Chompers, his name's Carl.
Carl, gotcha. So, Carl, is it? Can you even say that?
Carl.
Close enough. Who's got you moving around the city, Carl?
If it's possible, he can smile more. But he says, oh, moving and shaking, grooving and moving. Lots of things making me go.
Sounds like a busy life. Don't you just want to kick back sometimes?
No, I don't got time for that.
That busy? Everyone's got to put their feet up every now and then. You know any good places?
He will lean back in his chair and put his feet up on the table. Seems like a good spot.
Yeah, well, believe me, the sleeping arrangements aren't as comfortable as this little waiting room. So why don't we talk, Carl? Who you been running for lately?
He will laugh. And I'm trying to find a good the name that I saw. He says, well, I head to the comfort store every so often to get myself a new pair. That's what I run in all the time. You should go. Your shoes are kind of musty.
It's the hazards of a desk job. Wore out all my good pairs in the war. Did you serve?
No, sir.
Conscientious objector, or?
Not old enough.
Ah, so you're still a kid. Couldn't tell by your winning smile.
It's what everybody loves me for.
I'm sure. Well, listen, kid. Unless you want to be running back and forth for 30 minutes a day on your approved time, and then running right back to your dual bedroom with no windows, we're going to have ourselves a conversation. Because to be perfectly frank, I don't really give two shits about who it is you're running for and where they are. But I got a meal writing on this. And you're going to have to tell me what I know, what I want to know.
What's in it for me? Seems like if I tell you, I get free room and board with bars.
That's what happens if you want to be difficult. See, if you do tell me what's going on, well, Arkham's a small town. But there's lots of little holes for rodents to crawl through. Who's to say I don't see you as too much of a threat? That you don't really know what's going on. Maybe you're innocent in all this. Anything to get my foot in the door. You understand me, Carl?
He wiggles his foot when you say that. He says, well, he's not going to say anything. You need to convince him.
Mm-hmm.
Roll for me. It's a threshold kind of success situation, okay? We're looking at about, you're trying to use your honey, trying to tempt them with honey. If you want to know all the information, you need to get me 6 successes. He will only give you half the information at 3 successes.
Okay. Let's do I'm gonna if I can, I'll do another resolve persuasion.
Okay, so it's an endurance test right now of
yeah.
of kind of giving out facts and telling him what's good and what's bad.
And resolve rather mental rather than social, because I'm kind of weighing what I think is important to this guy.
Sure.
And I will get the enhancement from my interrogation.
Yeah.
All right. 5 successes.
5 successes, not quite enough to get the full picture. But
shit, I should have used some momentum.
not enough to get the full
Already.
picture. Unfortunately, but it is enough to get you some information. He'll sort of shrug a little bit and say, fine, I got places to be. And he'll give you a dock number. Dock 5 arrives once every 2 weeks. The ship has a yellow, a bright yellow streak along the front of it. And that's how they know. Almost gold.
You got any timetable on your chompers?
Maybe something's going to happen. Maybe something already happened 2 days ago.
Ship that size, does it stay in port? Or does it just turn tail?
Turn tails and goes.
And I don't suppose you know exactly where the shipment heads once it hits Dock 5.
After Dock 5, I don't know. I don't ask questions.
That's a shame. Kid like you, inquisitive mind is the way to grow.
Inquisitive mind is the way to get killed.
Don't I know it? Well, Carl, you've been very helpful. Why don't you kick back in here a little bit longer? Might do you some good. And if I have any other questions, well, we can meet right back in this spot. Say 2 weeks?
I presume that you say that and probably are already standing and
Oh, yeah.
getting ready to leave the room, and you can hear Chompers say, "Hey, wait, what did you..." Door closes. You have some information, and that's enough information to get you started, or at least get them started on some investigations. And if you stay a little bit longer, as they rustle up 50 big ones for you.
$50,000, yeah.
What?
What?
Yeah. So once they rustle up some cash for you to kind of walk away with, you'll hear probably as you're counting amongst them, gold label? You know, some of the things that we saw had that gold label on it. And that could be in your mind. As
He almost like goes to turn to like follow up, but then he's just like, not my circus. Fuck it. Finishes counting the money and then leaves.
And we'll cut that scene out or sort of fade to black as you go out into the Arkham streets. Not the cars that do whiz by are period appropriate, kind of whirring and burring. And I forgot, I have music. I found all this music and I didn't even start playing it yet. My bad. I'm so sorry. Let me start that for you.
Write down $50 cash, $50 credit. Oh, I've been listening to a noir playlist this whole time anyway.
It's very important. Everything we do is going to be completely normal. I couldn't find any like cool like jazzy stuff that I wanted to do, so I just found all the horror stuff. I hope you don't mind. Is it too loud?
It's a little loud.
It's a bit loud for me. It's a bit loud for me, but if it's fine for you guys, you can also adjust the volume on Roll20. cars are whizzing by, and the camera sort of follows one or two of those cars as they go through Arkham into the city and stuff like that. And it stops by a building with nice big letters on the front of the of the building. I can talk.
Dick's Sporting Goods.
Dick's Sporting Goods. Actually, it
We lost
is.
it as well.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll message them.
Okay.
It's called The Advertiser. Okay. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna go to the be right back, so I can adjust really quick. So, give us a second. So we have our sign that says The Advertiser. The camera goes into that building and it goes up and you can hear the sounds of typewriters tickety clacking away. News is getting made here. News. The best of the best is in the Advertiser, at least Arkham's best. It's no New York Times or, Journal or whatever. It's no Herald, but it is definitely the best newspaper that you can be in. Someplace that you're very, very proud of, Charlie. You're here, doing the thing that you wanted to do, doing the things that your father has done. Granted, your father did something and was a little bit shameful about it, and that's why he's not here anymore. But you're here. You're doing it. But you're not exactly doing it. Because, unfortunately, trigger warning, misogyny, you are a woman in the workplace. And the opportunities that are afforded to you as a journalist, as a woman journalist, are few and far between. You don't get the big stories. You don't get the ones that are full with gore or murder. You don't get the intrigue. You don't even get business.
Hey there, Toots. We got a cat wedding on page 7. Hop to it.
You get the debutantes, the social parties that happen in Arkham and in the town. You cover the lady things, which is not bad necessarily, but it's not what you want to do. Can you tell the class what kind of journalism you actually want to do?
I want to do the front page stuff, you know, the big headers with the catchy words about the merry murderesses and all the scandals and the speakeasies that are getting busted, you know, the big stories. Not the women's pages.
Unfortunately, no matter how many times you ask, no matter how many times you beg, your editor, Wallace, just doesn't give you what you want. Mostly because he doesn't care for it. As far as he's concerned, he wants pictures of Spider-Man!
Was waiting for it.
As far as he's concerned, he's giving you all the credit that you deserve. Can't trust a Parker.
Peter Parker.
A Perkins, rather, sorry.
Parker Posey. Women. Hate 'em.
Am I right?
It's like I'm the only one there. I'm like, but no one agrees.
I have a story for you.
A big story?
Biggest one you'll ever do. Missy York died.
The wealthy lady?
Wealthy lady that did all the charity events that you covered.
That's a shame.
Arkham's lost an angel. You need to cover that. Sort of do,
An obituary.
not quite, just sort of honor her. She donated a lot of money to art and paper. So it's only good that we do something back.
All right. Well, how many words?
Let's see. As far as words are concerned, I don't know. I'm not an English major. I'm not a journalism major, so I can't tell you how many.
You got 6 words, kid. Make 'em count.
But it's
I might have just fucked up the cameras. I'm so sorry.
no, it's fine. They're already
Okay.
they're fine as,
Okay.
as they are. It's not front page. It's not second page. It's a longer column than you normally do, and it's on the 3rd page.
I'll take it. You won't be sorry.
Better not. Keep it honest. Keep it true.
Always. Always honest, always true.
And he will kind of hand wave you off and sort of let you go down the line of desks to your specific desk. And standing next to your desk is one of your friends. She's not a journalist. She's definitely not a reporter.
Mirage, is that you?
Huh?
Mirage, is that you?
Is that Mirage? No. There's only so
New
many
York.
voices that I can do.
There's only so many voices, period. It's fine.
There's only so many voices you can do.
Yeah,
Huh?
there is. There's only so many. Her name is Pauline.
Aw. Pauline Parker.
Can't trust the
Pauline
Parker, can't trust the
Perkins.
Perkins. Maybe, in fact, her name's Pauline Perkins, and that's how you guys became friends, because you're both a Perkins.
Cute.
And she sort of is holding sort of like a stack of mail that she's supposed to be delivering to all of the desks and stuff like that, but she's waiting on you because you guys were having a conversation before Wallace called you in.
Guess who made 3rd page?
3's better than 7.
Yeah, it's not
It's-
anything.
It's like
Big.
4 more, right?
Yeah, totally. Okay.
But what
Yeah,
is it?
it's-
What's the story?
Oh, Miss York died up. The charity lady, the one who donates all the money to the paper, and it's unfortunate, but I mean, we take what we can get.
Oh, she's not that. She must have had died because of old age, because she's very old.
What else would she have died for? Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it was unexpected. It sounds unexpected. She wasn't even that sick.
She's gonna take out like a notebook and start scribbling notes, like pull the pen from behind her ear. Well, I'll see, what the word is, but I didn't even. Huh. Sorry, you have mail to distribute. I'm sorry.
No, I have gossip to share. So are you gonna go up to her mansion? Oh, wow.
That seems like the plan. I think they're gonna do a reading of the will, maybe I can get info that way, find people, to interview.
Oh, well, perhaps they'll talk about how great she is, and then you can talk about that, and then maybe you can write about how much money she has, and maybe you can even talk about her house, because I heard her house is very pretty.
I will tell you all about it.
Oh, I wish I can go.
Sorry.
Well, you win some, you lose some. It's not like I went to college anyway. I wouldn't be able to write a paper anyway.
Christ.
You're gonna make it, Charlie. It's gonna be great. First 7th page, then 3rd page. Before you know it, you're gonna be in the front.
Thank you. How are you? Do you need help with the mail?
Oh no, it's not that heavy. Besides, I have mail for you.
Thank you.
And
I will see you at lunch.
definitely, I'll see you at lunch. And she'll sort of like do like a cute little like hop and shoulder shrug before she just sort of walks and starts tip-tapping her way across the desks and stuff like that.
You can't walk on the desk.
No, you can't walk on the desk. Across the hall, the little aisle between all the desks and stuff like that, and all the clickety-clackies. When you look at the letter, it is when you feel it, very nice paper. Kind of like an expensive parchment, if you will.
Oh yeah.
And then on the paper, you'll see that it is addressed to you at this location. From Miss Nellie York.
Let's just get a letter opener and open it.
The first thing that you see is it's sort of like kind of, it says your name. So to Charlie Perkins. If you are receiving this, I fear the worst has come to pass, and I am dead. Fade to black for a moment as we go over to Monroe. Monroe, you are at work. What is the work that you do? Can you please tell everybody what the work you do is again?
Monroe is a therapist for troubled youth.
And when we say troubled youth, are we talking like general troubles, or are we talking about delinquency and more terrible things?
More along the lines with people with mental health issues.
Right.
But he does not turn down a good client where he sees hope in.
Right. Sometimes the good clients are the ones that also have money. Often
That too.
that's often kind of the case. In fact, you are actually one of your patients right now is one of those types. The ones that sort of have a lot of money, really just want somebody to talk at and to nod and then give them a prescription for maybe some opiates in order to be able to calm the fuck down. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's one of those kinds of situations that you're in. So maybe oftentimes in this situation when you have a Miss Caldwell here, and she's constantly talking about these parties that she goes to, and well, I just couldn't stand it when Vera decided that she was going to use the salad fork. Could you imagine using the salad fork for something as important as meats? Atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. And then not only that, but then Miss Mary, she decided that she was going to... It's just
right.
your brain is sort of already kind of checked out as you sort of fish through paperwork and stuff like that. And you see a letter written to you that you have from mail that you haven't opened yet. From Miss Nellie York, one of your clients. Well, part client, part patron. A big part of her charitable donations has been to help fund the cost of giving therapy to these younger folks. Because she wants them to get better, right? And she helps fund your practice. In part because she wants to see these kids get better. You sort of have like this connection in that sense.
Right.
You open the letter. My dear Monroe Artis, if you're receiving this, then I fear the worst has come to pass and I am dead. Fret not, because I know that I am welcomed at the cosmic gates of heaven and will be rewarded for my deeds on earth.
Cosmic is a fucking triggering word in something like this shit.
What? It's another word for heavenly.
Right, yeah, sure.
Space.
Everyone's gonna bite on the back of their pen as they read that.
And you'll hear as this woman as while you're reading and your sort of like inner narration happens, you start to hear some bleed over. Because Miss Caldwell says, and then I had this letter that I got from Miss York, and I'm absolutely devastated. Absolutely gutted.
They'll blink up from that and stare at the patient.
I mean, look at this. It says, upon my death, I have requested this letter sent upon you to come to the reading of my will at York Manor. Funnily enough, that's the next part of your letter.
I see it. Did you happen to know her?
Well, yes, of course. I mean, she hosts all the best parties. After all, how am I supposed to find a husband in this time and place?
Is it more upsetting that you can't go socialize, or did she take on more of a mother role?
Oh, Miss York, she was like everybody's mother.
Right, but your experiences with her.
Well, I considered her a matchmaker. She knew all the best men. Somehow, even in her age, she managed to have all sorts of handsome men come to her all the time. It was almost like she had something about her. I wish I had that.
Well, she had money.
It's more than just money.
I'm not the socialite, so I don't really know much about that.
No, but you do know stuff about Miss York. In fact, you can recall, maybe now, kind of belatedly, as Miss Caldwell goes into another ramble about her time with Miss York and her parties. Maybe things kind of fade and shift in your mind, and you're still here, but instead of Miss Caldwell, Miss York is there, and she's an elderly woman, but a very pretty elderly woman. I mean, you know she's elderly because she says that she's seen so many things. You can only clock her at somewhere around this, like 70 years old. However, she doesn't look more than maybe mid-50s. She's good for her age. And that's something that's, you know, kind of like noticeable about her. But she talks about the world like she's experienced a lot more than meets the eye, if you will. And in this scene, kind of going into your mind's eye, she is standing by a little pedestal, if you will. A pedestal that's kind of like a nice little place, like sort of like one of those like talking points that, you know, like people be like, oh, what's that? And you could be like, oh, this is that, you know, da. And it is a pedestal that holds a book. Can you describe what the book looks like? It's under glass, by the way, but can you describe it?
The book looks old and weathered. The pages have some hints of age due to their yellowing, and a single red page marker sticks out of it as if it's trapped.
Ah, yes. Another thing that's important to note about this. Okay, there's the one. That's the one. It has a big 3 on it and 4 6-fingered hand. Is that what it has? No, it doesn't. But it does have the one.
And I would be able to open it.
It has one thing that has bewildered you since it has been bequeathed to you. It has a lock. A very, very thick metal lock that is keeping these pages locked tight to you. On the lock itself is an engraved sort of like lettering that you cannot, for the life of you, be able to understand. And as a scholar, you have not been able to really get this lock sort of like deciphered. Even the pages on the front, which you have discerned is what language again? You have the
Greek.
You have the Greek version of it. You can discern that it is Greek in the front, but the lock itself, not so much.
Party in the back?
Greek in the front, party in the back. In this scene, you'll see Miss Nellie York. And she has her hand on the glass. How long have you had this book?
Decade and a half.
Such a shame that this book is under lock and key. Such a shame.
Is it? I've been told it's the most important lock that I'll ever come in contact with.
But aren't you ever curious?
Constantly.
Such a shame, this book, under lock and key. She looks to you and sort of smiles. I would die to find out what's inside here.
It's a shame you're already dead.
We're all just skeletons on the inside.
You will come, won't you?
In reality, he's taking off his glasses to like rub at his eyes. If I must.
You don't have to. Everyone has a choice. But I would love it.
If I'm seeing you here, that means it has to be important.
It is the most important thing, the most important night of the rest of your life.
I'll be there.
She'll smile at you, and the memory sort of reasserts itself. Kind of. Like, it kind of like that kind of fourth wall break happened, and now it's kind of resetting back to where the memory kind of was settled in. And she looks back at the book and she says, I would kill to look inside this book. Fade to black. William.
Jesse, did you look at the chat?
Yes, I did. I did. Let's actually take a quick break, a bio break, and get some drinks because I need some too. And we will be right back.